Hello, chat. Hello, everyone. We're slowly starting to gain our audience, and let me see our first viewer to start talking with them. But yeah, we have no notifications for live streams, but I hope everyone who wanted will come because Persona, one of the biggest projects, and especially so unique because guys, you are so different from other anime projects, which I really like because of your retro style and everything. So today I will ask you everything about how you started your way, how you managed to do this, still, and yeah, about your updates that I heard super huge. Hi guys, how are you today?
Good.
Doing,
Yes. Very
yeah,
good.
doing great.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us. Super happy to be here.
super happy to see you finally. And guys, who started to watching us, don't forget to like, repost, stream, and follow guys and Persona, of course, because today we will give away Persona, which is pretty huge. By the way, you moved on base, and I still didn't figure out how it happened and how it's working right now. Because I think I have OG collection because I bought it like a year ago, something like that. And what is base collection?
It's actually the same. We just have a bridge back and forth between the two, and we went on base last summer because we had our staking feature that was going live, and we wanted to go on a blockchain that was a bit cheaper than Ethereum to to do transactions with. And yeah, we also like the ecosystem over there. It's really nice. So for us, it was it was an easy move, but it's also not like a massive move in a sense because we have this bridge back and forth. So you can trade your persona on Base and on Ethereum. It's one collection still. So it's not,
Oh,
yeah, it's not two collections or something different. It's like really just one connection that you can bridge back and forth to stake your personas on our platform.
So if I selling my persona, let's say so, or purchasing on base, I have it on Ethereum as well, right? Like it works
Ah,
like this.
you would have to bridge it back to get it on Ethereum, but you have a bridge back and
Interesting.
forth, meaning that you can. How it happens technically is that I think we burn it on one blockchain and then it comes back on the other and back and forth essentially. But yeah, you have it on both virtually basically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard? Of course, you heard like news from Base that they are making their app and everything. So, are you excited about that? Did you know it back then that they are preparing something for us, or why you like made this decision to move on Base? And do you regret, by the way, that you didn't move on Abstract?
It's a loaded question.
That's a difficult one. Yeah. Do you want to take the first part and I can take the abstract part, or
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go.
Yeah, for Bates, I mean, I definitely think they make interesting moves, especially to get more consumers. I think it's very interesting what they're doing with the app for sure. We also have our token that it's actually a layer zero token, so it's a bit on like it's tradable on multiple blockchain, but we focus also mostly on Base in terms of blockchain there. So for us, yeah, we follow closely, super happy about their progress, and we do see some value for sure being part of their ecosystem. And to answer you about abstract, I will let Tris continue.
I guess yes. So there's perhaps multiple facets as to why we didn't launch an abstract. I guess the most obvious one is this was last summer that we migrated to Base, so it's kind of pre-abstract. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think abstract also obviously has its own projects, and there's perhaps a level of saturation there. And crucial, obviously, you've got Bossy on abstract, so you can kind of see Bossy as abstract's anime play, and then we're across East/Base. So I'm a good friends with the team at Bossy, so
Mm-hmm.
nice that we're in separate places, I guess.
Yeah. Are you planning to do something with Abstract though?
I mean, it's not impossible because we develop a lot of products, and for each product, you kind of have to think of like, okay, what's the best home for it? So it's not in the realm of it's impossible, but currently it's not necessarily a core focus of ours either. But we like what they build. Poggi, Luca, I mean everything they build is really cool. Abstract I think is really cool as well. Agree with Cap that there is a certain level of saturation. I do also think that I think both Base and Abstract have a bit the same core promise to be a more consumer focused type of blockchain, which is really cool. And for projects and brands like us, it's definitely good partners. So nothing is impossible in the future, but right now it's not necessarily like a core focus every morning for us to say like, oh, we need to be on abstract, we need to be on abstract. Not necessarily. We follow closely. We like what they build. If we have a good opportunity, absolutely, why not? We have good ties with their teams as well. But yeah, we don't make it a priority, let's say.
I really love to hear it, to be honest, because yeah, I'm bullish on projects that know what they're building and don't jump, from one chain to another. So that's pretty cool, guys, that you're doing this. And are you planning, by the way, to do your own platform like Abstract for streaming and something like this? Because I see your faces, oh my God, because you have so many content creators, and I think everyone's super interested, by the way, what will be next with it.
So
Yeah, go for it. Go for it, Cap.
I think we can probably leave that one up in the air, let's say, but let's just say we have lots of plans, um, lots of plans for the future. Nothing concrete as of yet, but let's not rule anything out. I think that's the safest answer.
Yeah,
That's
we
interesting. Uh-huh.
and I mean to go a bit deeper, I think it's not a secret for our community. We've been focusing more heavily developing AI agents and in the AI field, trying to understand like, okay, what type of cool products can we build with this new technology? So right now, it's still a focus that we have. And we do have some infrastructure type of play in mind that we are working on right now. But let's say that it's not necessarily a streaming platform or things like that. It's more focused on a clear utility around agents for the space basically. So that's what we discuss the most behind curtains, let's say. And yeah, and HANA is also part, of course, of this development because we develop a lot of things around HANA, a bit as a proof of concept of the final thing that we want to build. So we're going in that direction. Yeah.
That's interesting, and we will back to this conversation. But at first, still about content creators, a really interesting topic because I like. Do you feel like Kaita a bit spoiled the space? What do you think about content right now? And Cap, I noticed that you stopped posting almost at all. Only your exercises from gym. What I really appreciate, but still, like how you guys thinking about yeah, the space right now, and especially you working with content creators, how your clients yeah, like consider right now with who they want to work with, who don't, like do they watching it Kite or just trusting you as a company, how it's.
Yes, that's a good question. So I guess speaking from my own point of view and also speaking from that of other KOL managers that I speak to, I think there's significantly less kind of high level deal flow. So chains and very major projects are much more likely to now go through Kaito. But the caveat there is you have to obviously pay 150 grand if you want to register on Kaito. So that's a fairly major obstacle for most projects if they want to launch on Kaito. Then the second part of it is if you do a Kaito campaign, you're not guaranteed signal, as everyone says. You're guaranteed a lot of posts, but you don't have much guarantee over the value that those posts bring. So what a
Yeah,
smaller
that's.
agency brings is a human touch, and it brings quality briefs. It brings a clear kind of conception, I guess, of what the campaign is about and where it's going and where the conversion goes. Whereas most campaigns on Kaito, all they really do is bring brand awareness and mindshare for a short period of time. So looking at Open Ledger, for example, which is a project I actually think is a strong project and has a clear value prop. If I look at posts about Open Ledger, I don't really see anything that tells me what OpenLedger does or what its value prop is. I often just see kind of posts about the leaderboard,
Absolutely.
that kind of thing. So the value of using something like our creator program or going through Bricks or going through any more kind of boutique creator program is you're speaking to a human, you're getting a quality brief, you're iterating on the content, you're working towards conversion, and crucially, you're also positioning that content clearly within your GTM strategy and figuring out where it sits. So I think there's still space for content creators to do content outside of Kaiso rather than just quote yapping. Um, I personally I was incredibly bullish on Kaiso. I remain quite bullish on Kaiso. I just think that they need to perhaps listen a little more to the yapping community, if that makes sense. I've actually posted about this. I think their main failing really is a lack of people in the trenches on their side. So if you look at us, you've got me and Spike and Remy, for example, who are out there on X. If you look at Bricktopians, you've got Alex out there on X. If you look at most projects, you've got founders who are out there on X. You've got team who are out there on X. Say, for example, the whole marketing team is out there on X, listening to everyone. Whereas Kaito, they're not necessarily listening to people's feedback or people's concerns. And I think that therefore has actually allowed a space again for boutique, let's say, content creation companies to shine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. A lot of posts we see in just about leaderboards, and not only like recently, my friend Trey said in our space with Mr. Greenity, very good point. Like none of us here just because we watched educational video. Like zero people here because of that. Probably we're here because we like some picture, we bought it, and we just hang out with community. That's how we learn basically everything. So what do you think content of the future, and what works right now with it, and how you will build your future content strategies as a persona as well, with who you will be working, and what is quality content for you, like let's say so in 2026, end of 2025.
So this actually fits very neatly into something we are about to do that perhaps we can tease a little bit, if that's okay, Pierre.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
teased it a bit this morning in a tweet, so we can
yeah.
go for it. Huh?
Guys, wait, guys. Alpha is here, so don't forget to share this space, stream, repost it, and you can win persona. Also, like listen carefully. Here's Alpha. Let's
So
go.
basically, if you look at what Kaito does, or if you look at what Cookie does, a lot of it is based on network effects. It's based on smart followers. Hence why it's very easy to use E2E groups and rapidly climb leaderboards with with poor quality content. And what we are now trying to do is kind of flip that on its head, and instead of focusing on network effects, focus on quality content. So we spoke earlier briefly about Hannah as an agent and how we're going to start bringing Hannah into content more. So what we are currently doing is training Hannah to find quality content and then reward that content. And the way we've gone about it, Pierre is much brainier than I am, so he knows it much better. But it's much more focused basically on a number of criteria that analyze the content itself, whether that be text or image or video or anything, and much less focused on the metrics that might boost one on Kaito. So much less focused on likes, impressions, etc. And it doesn't rely on engagement from smart followers. So there's certain other things built in, and obviously we're not going to reveal the exact criteria, but the goal is that we reward quality content, we reward people that care, and we reward people that are going to sit down for 2 hours and write an amazing thread, or sit there for a few hours and make an amazing video, even if that only gets 200 impressions, let's say. They've put care in and they put dedication in. And I think that ethos will hopefully bring back the kind of content that we love to the space.
I really love to hear it, but guys, I have a question. How Hannah, like at first I love Hannah. I love when she commented me and everything. Like I really feel, some connection. Not just I bought something like this. You did it great. And secondly, how like you planning to analyze video, because that's huge pain for me and for many video content creators, because Kaita like don't just count it. You make live streams, you make videos, and Kaita like no points for you, but it's like much more valuable sometimes I think than just posts. That again, like I almost never read threads. I don't know who read threads, and for me it's such a pain. So yeah, I like when it's connected somehow with personality and your own thoughts, and then you're like, that's interesting. So how we can make it with video? Do you have some algorithm, or what we should do? Like, should we use some words in it, or how?
It's actually very similar to other type of content for us. We do get precise analysis of the video that you did and its content, and then we grade it in a.
Oh wait, we lost you. We can hear you.
Oh, sorry, I muted myself. I'm back. No, but it's very, very, very similar to an image or other things. We use some tools to actually get a detailed description of a video content, and then Hannah does uh, grading, scoring, and everything on top of that, basically. I think probably Kaito, it might be a volume issue or a technical issue that prevents them from doing that potentially. But on our side, it's something we've been doing for some time on our agent framework already. Yeah.
Well, if I could just jump in super quickly, I can see some comments about Mirror Terminal. So, Mirror Terminal is actually something I'm very interested in, and I've chatted to Captain CK a lot about Mirror Terminal. I think it's great. The difference between Mirror Terminal and what you'll see with Hannah is Mirror Terminal analyzes a post and decides essentially kind of um, one or zero, essentially, is this good or bad? And if the post is good, you get 70 points. If the post is quote unquote bad, you get 0 points. Whereas what we're going to do is we're going to have a sliding scale to reward people based on their posts. So it's different to what Mirror Terminal does. However, it is the same in that we're looking for quality content rather than just looking for network effects.
Yeah. I think as well on top of that, because it's a very different type of thing we're doing, because ultimately what they are is purely a info-file product. Essentially their essence and what they're trying to uh, be the best at is really this segment. For us, what we're doing with Hannah is something very different, where it's the main character of our IP. So she is already an agent that has a lot of responsibilities within our IP. She's a social media manager. She's a community manager as well. She also is a data analyst for us internally. Like we use Hannah in like very specific ways already internally. And here it's a way for us to have a campaign that is fully run by your agent, right? That's what we're trying with Hannah, where she has all the rules. She will be the one promoting the tweets on her account. She will be the ones also grading and commenting on those grades on people's posts. So it's less about trying to, I would say, doing a more pristine info file system. That's not really what we're trying to do. Of course, we try to do some twists to make it more quality driven and and make it a bit more interesting in our opinion. But it's more about having really this type of campaign that you as a project could run by yourself with your main character of your IP. And it's a lot more interesting because it's going to be by your main character with all the knowledge of your project that can also judge the content about your project if it's a yapping type of campaign, right? And that's where we find it very, very interesting, basically, that to do it from this angle, essentially. What's the agenda of this campaign? It's actually supposed to be live tomorrow. I think. We'll see if we don't have any delay, but it's supposed to be live tomorrow, and yeah, I'm very excited to see how it will go.
At first, I want to ask also how, like, let's close this question. How you guys, not as a company who working with content creators, but as a persona itself, how you see your promotion in the future? Like, will it be, or you will be focusing like on your content creators program and everything that you're doing with Hannah? And yeah, like, will you use more video content, for example? Will you use different platforms like TikTok, like Instagram and everything, or you will be focusing like,
So I can.
You can go. I'll go after.
So I guess our focus very much now is on. We've said it a few times, kind of over the past weeks and months. Our focus now is very much on personas for innovators, not personas for content creators. So persona is for people that want to push the space forward, that want to push their profiles forward, that want to push what they're building forward. So as part of that, obviously we'll continue to support content creators, but we'll also be supporting builders, we'll be supporting other projects, and a lot of this will come through, as Spike said, through this main character framework that we have. So the main character, in our case Hannah, will not only help content creators, but will also act across a variety of different areas. And I will let Spike give as much information as we are able to give on that.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, because it's a confusion we have a bit also within the community, because we made a pivot or a pivot. How do you say it in English? Pivot, right?
Pivot.
A pivot, yeah, makes me think of the Friends episode, with Ross saying pivot, but sidetracking. No, but it's very interesting because we did make a pivot from initially we were going for this big video game ecosystem powered by Web3 and Persona, to now we develop more AI innovations. And sometimes it's not as clear for people how it will tie in the storytelling and the building of Timefall Valley and the brand, basically. But for me, ultimately, it leads there because Hannah, again, is this type of fictional character. Of course, we still have our manga and a really dedicated, focused IP building type of product. But for me, it's the most interesting part. It's how we can leverage those new technologies, how we can create new type of products that ultimately will still build the universe, still build the IPs in a new kind of way, basically. And that's what also I like about Web3. It's to build things differently. It's cool to do an anime and to do a manga, like we do a manga. So I'm not gonna criticize it too much. It's really nice, but at the end of the day, I think it's also about, okay, how can we create something different in Web3? Like, we're startups, we're all at the forefront of like playing with AI, playing with blockchain, like playing with those new tools. So how can we make it? How can we make it? Yeah.
By the way, there's a question someone's asked from Hardik, who says, why didn't you guys use your AI platforms to make video and post on IG and TikTok? So actually we are already doing that. So Hannah posts herself on Instagram.
wow.
And we also have a setup for Giphy, which is quite clever, where basically it analyzes trending GIFs, essentially, and Hannah herself analyzes them, finds what's trending, and then recreates them herself using her own branding, and then creates those as GIFs. And that's allowed us to get more than 5 million views on Giphy in the last few months, and it's growing. So we're basically automating that entire content creation platform across different kind of social media sites or different ways of kind of sharing it.
How it look like? Is it just a character who talking, or you making it in 3D right now? Because to be honest, I never thought I would like 3D AI bloggers, but now I adore them. They look like people. Like, thanks to this new Google thing, they make it like super super naturally. So are you planning to go in this side even more, or you? No.
Yeah, we have different strategies and art styles depending on the platform. For example, on Instagram, we have an audience which is a lot about anime vibes. So we do a lot of content like that, and we reuse also some existing retro anime vibes because we know that our audience is very tied to that, and we squeeze in some personal dedicated content in it. On Giphy, what's very efficient is like chibi anime type of art style. So that's what we do with Hannah and other personas. And like Cap said,
Cool.
it's been fully automated, and we reached like 9 million views on for in a month and a half, something like this. And now we're establishing a new strategy also for TikTok because it's again another platform. I mean, it's
Mhm.
the kind of the same TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels because it's well, the same as Instagram, but
But
it's
it's
one.
different with vibes, yes,
Yeah, exactly,
totally.
exactly. So it's about defining this strategy, and it's again
Yeah.
another clear use case of why we think like having a brand agent, a main character agent like Anna is amazing for a brand. Because it enables you to have something. Again, she has all the knowledge, she has all the other modular tools that we built, content creation tool and whatnot, that allow her to define this strategy and to execute on it in an automated manner, which is again really great for us because it's content that starts rolling. It's noise about the brand that goes out every day without us making huge effort. So it's really nice.
Hmm. But wait, maybe I like listen bad, but what the content of Hannah about what she talk with the audience and like, is it about Web3? Is it educational content? Is it about persona itself? Is it about just
Mm.
like AI agent something? How?
Yeah. So how it's essentially done is that you will have the main agent of HANA is an orchestrator agent, essentially. And this agent will then call sub-agents that will be able to do some task. It's a bit the same with knowledge. For example, we have a knowledge base for HANA about our personality, our relationship in the in lore in the universe in Timefall Valley.
Oh,
Also some knowledge about the project, about our roadmap, like some stuff about like the real world. And depending on the sub-agent being executed, we then load certain amount of knowledge. For example, the community manager Hannah, that is going to be released actually tomorrow and 2 days. Like she has like all the info because we use her as an FAQ type of mod for the community, or at least we will once she's live. So typically, you can ask her like, where can I buy a persona? What can I do with my persona? But you can stake it. All the details about the campaign that we're about to run. Like it's really about like all the knowledge. And then depending on where the agent is interacting, for example, when the agent is doing an Instagram post, we don't really need to load relationship or memories about personal holders. Like that's not necessary there. So there we don't use that knowledge. But we do have a big knowledge base essentially with all that we try to improve over time. And that's this knowledge base that also makes agent quite powerful because the more it knows about your project, and then the more also it scrapes live data from interacting with holders and whatnot, the more you end up with personalized content on all
yeah.
your channels, basically. Because then she remembers people. You can have more, again, just more personalized interaction content, and that's when the quality starts getting better, basically.
Oh my God, I really like to hear it. I even forgot my question, my next question. Wait. Oh my God, I needed to write it myself. Okay. Wait, let me think. What leads from it? Guys, ask your questions in the chat right now. Yeah, so about this content creator program, will it be available only for persona holders? Or, and again, okay, I see from your faces, but still, and will brands that will working with you need to purchase Una token to, let first like make it grow, secondly to pay creators and everything? Are you planning to connect Una token with this content creator program?
So, in terms of your first question, I think, as you said, you can tell from our faces. No, anyone can take part, whether a persona holder or not.
That's cool.
And there's no direct link with Una in that one. You don't have to buy Una or anything. However, there is obviously let's say, a indirect link with Una in that a campaign around persona will obviously be linked to the Una price, and that we'll be hopefully, if this goes according to plan, increasing our mind share. And it's also very important to us to remind people that Una is our primary token, and
Mm-hmm.
Una is at its core actually now an AI token. Like we're still considering games, but are very focused on AI. So when one thinks of Una, one should think of it as an AI token almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I really, yeah, Spike, sorry.
No, no, just to add on that, i- it's not going to be powered by Una in the sense that we are not going to throw rewards in Una, but actually in HANA tokens. And like Cap said, it's our ecosystem token, and the HANA token is purely for HANA. And for us, it's again also about having a proof of concept, which we think is really cool. About the use case for having once again a main character brand agent like we do, because it means that you can power a marketing campaign by the agent by itself, not only doing it by scraping the data and everything that we talk about, but also in terms of the economy, basically with our own token. And that's where it can get very powerful, because by running a campaign on Kaito is absolutely insanely expensive for projects, and also it's less personalized, as we discussed. It's less personalized because you will rely on Kaito grading, you will rely on all that, where when it's your brand agent, you can do something very custom for your brand, which is absolutely awesome. So it's also why it's very powerful. It's powered on all front, economy included, by your agent essentially.
Yeah, I really like to hear it. Guys, everything that you said today just gold. And I see question from Adeka. Is Una listed to buy? Yes, it's
Yes.
listed. It's multi-chain, as I know. Like you can like buy it from any chain, and it's growing though. But I want to say like maybe I'm not recommending to you to buy Una like itself. Better to buy a lot of personas, because what I actually adore, like you the only project I think who like make it's able to users stake your NFT, and that's perfect. I'm telling it
Yeah.
to everyone, like look at Persona, because that's what I want to do with every project that I'm not planning to sell, like and my NFT just okay sometimes receiving airdrops, but still it's not cool, and staking it and receiving token for it, just brilliant. So guys, you not only can buy token, but you can just purchase persona, and that's how you farm in your token basically, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely.
I definitely advise buying both personas and Una though.
Yeah, buy both. Though it's true that we have single staking that is still up. I think now officially only for 2 more months, but we still have an allocation for double staking, and we're planning something cool there. So it's one very good way to also get your hands indeed on the ecosystem. Like Cap said, buy both; it's even better. But but you can buy a persona and get a passive income out of it, which is really nice. Yeah.
I really love it. I really love it. Yes, every time that it's just pleasant to go and take money from something and you did nothing. That's my favorite. Oh, Cap disappeared. Okay, so how like you guys like told right now that basically Hannah will be working as a community manager and everything. Like, do you guys think like AI taking our jobs? And back to this conversation, which is pretty old, but still, how you see interaction. Like now, like it's blowing my mind most of the time when I see these AI comments. Like I literally hate it. When people pretend and they asking something, they farming kaita from you. So how you see like isn't it like scary for the internet, to make it absolutely plastic platform where not even people talking, and how you see this, how we can, save this human part.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that low effort AI is flooding a lot of the channels, which makes the perspective of it very negative, which I totally get. And also, it's absolutely transformative for a lot of jobs. I don't necessarily see it as a bad thing. Typically, I don't think it's necessarily bad to be more on the operator side and less on, clicking on posting a button or whatnot. This is in any case less interesting, let's say. So for me, it's transformative, and for sure, it will impact a lot of jobs. That's for sure. But at the same time, it's kind of hard, and we see it day to day with the poor quality that comes out of AI right now. It's kind of hard to reach good content, basically, and that's where the needle is going for me. It's less about indeed it will transform jobs, but now it's about like, okay, how can we make AI content good? And yeah, actually, it's very it's crazy interesting to try to achieve that. And it's a lot about a lot about scraping the right data, having the right input guard rails, the right output one, still having a human in the loop at very important steps. So that's something that anyone that will develop a AI agent, for example, a good AI agent will tell you is that actually you will have human in the loop at core steps, basically. And that's very important because that's how you ensure quality. That's also how you ensure sometimes authenticity for some of the content that goes out. So typically for Hannah, we have a channel in Slack, and every time she wants to post, she's first posting in our Slack, asking like, okay, is it okay for me to post that? And anyone in the team can say like, oh yeah, post it because it's good or not. And we have that for like a lot of the crucial steps that we have for our agent. And it's all the systems that make it harder again to have good AI content. But when you reach it, for me, it's not bad because you can still have the soul of a project that is given to AI. You still need humans to drive them and operate them like 100%. Otherwise, it's bad. You still and you still need all this work and this polish and whatnot to a bit like a product to actually make it relatable to people. So so yeah, it's transformative. It's going to change jobs. It's very annoying all the shitty content that we sometimes see on the timeline. I'm with you on that on that end, but there is also something very interesting at the end of it, in my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Which content, in your opinion, will be winning this space? Like, will it be like fun content, something like this? How you planning it itself? Because watching how everything is AI right now, what human attention will be, in your opinion? And like back to your manga idea, I think again it's brilliant. I love to read mangas and everything. Will you it develop as a entertainment channel, another for anime lovers, for manga lovers? Do you think like in storytelling and IPs will be? Sorry, it's a lot of questions, but you got me. Yeah.
I guess on the very first part, in terms of general content, I think fun content will win. And I think right now we're seeing influencers very much pivoting towards fun content, be that shit posting, be that doxing, be that
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, I think you said yourself you haven't read a thread in months, and I think that's probably the same for pretty much everyone on this app.
Yeah.
By this
Yeah.
app, I mean X. So I think fun content will win. And I think that's something that every creator or influencer has to bear in mind. And in terms of content we're making, we've actually got another cool idea through Hannah, which again I will ask Spike's permission if I can share it because it's early stages, but
Go for it. Go
is
for
that
it.
enough? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what?
You
Yeah.
know, I'm
So
a bit spoiler,
basically,
so I'm not the one that will tell you no.
basically, I'll tell you, my phone is beginning to rug, so I should tell you that my phone might finally rug with the rubbish signal I have in the south of France. Basically, what Hannah will actually be doing is starting to tell stories from Timeful Valley, and they'll be in
Oh,
a kind of like choose your own adventure style.
oh my
So
God.
I don't know if you remember, but like when you were young, you'd have those books, and like you choose you'd almost like choose the next part of the book, and Hannah basically will read the comments after she posts a little bit of the story, and she'll see what people kind of want to happen next roughly, and then she'll generate the next part of the story, and then every day she'll generate another part and another part, and over the course of the week she'll tell one story from Time for Valley. So not the kind of main arc. We have a huge kind of main arc we've developed, but this will be stories about kind of like the people that make Time for Valley tick. So almost like background characters in Time for Valley to flesh out the lore. And maybe every now and then you might see a mention of Hannah or Ure or someone kind of a bigger character in the like in the background of one of these stories. But it will let people learn more about Time for Valley and connect more with Time for Valley, and crucially have fun, and crucially like actually engage with our lore. So yeah, that's definitely something we're pushing.
Oh my God, I absolutely love it. And yeah, I think that's a brilliant idea. And we talk about this, I think, last months with a lot of artists and a lot of project builders and everything that we need kind of interactive storytelling, that will be the most interesting parts. And that's where future basically. So I really like to hear it. And do you think like people in Web3 actually super interested in reading and everything, or we just do it because we kind of like we like art, but actually of course we want to resell it, like most of all, or gain our audience. Or your storytelling, it's more for Web2 people. How you think people consume your stuff?
I think people want to have a connection with something, and I think that can be a community or it can be an idea. And I think what people fall in love with is the lore. So something I think we've noticed is that people want to be closer to Time for Valley. So being closer to Time for Valley can be the anime trailers we did, it can be the manga, it could be video games in future, or it can be Hannah telling stories. But they just want to feel that their persona is part of a real world. And I guess for us, bringing that world to life is an important thing. So yes, people don't want to read long, boring threads about legends, but hopefully.
You're rugging a bit for me, but maybe that's me.
Yeah, for me too, but
Okay.
yeah. I think we lost him. Yes. Oh my
Yeah, we
God.
lost him. But
Uh,
I'll continue his point. I think it's in my opinion, one of the beautiful initial things with NFTs and Web3 is the fact that you start from the ground up from like a very niche community, and then but this niche community is a lot more active than what you would find in Web2, and especially like they want to help you build the brand a lot more, and because of course because they're like a bit shareholders also of your IP, they have like a part of it, right? But I think it's very interesting to see how you can reinforce having the community develop the IP and the brand alongside you, basically. And it's things we see how agents and AI generation and all that can help a bit. To also go back to the debate about AI versus real art, for me, I think it's essential in any case to have both. That's why we have the manga, for example, because you need a baseline of authenticity of actually your own art style that you can only define not through AI but but yourself. Like all those things we all like laid out the foundation for everything, and we still work on the manga and those products. And then for me, it's completely fine to have some stuff generated on top by an agent, by a video tool or whatnot, because if done well, you can rely on the basis to actually make something that can still feel part of it, basically. Um, and yeah, that's what we explore the most is like how can we now use a bit all those tools and those things to improve the storytelling around the brand, and maybe bring to life a few more characters part of the collection from Timefall Valley, and see how we can keep building the brand, the universe with that, but while having a baseline for a story with our art style, with everything that people can rely on when they will want to participate, basically.
oh my God, that's perfect, guys. I really like finally like your project so underrated. Now I can like clearly see this. you know. And did you thought from the start, did you think from the start that it will be this much, you know, everything, or you started with only your manga idea, with the NFT project idea? Because, you know, I think a lot of people right now planning their own projects, me as well, you know, and we like, you know, from one thing we don't know from what we should start, from another thing we're planning too much, so we're afraid to start it. So how it was for you, like could you imagine that it would be so huge?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Mhm.
for us, we, like I said before, like we pivoted a lot, like a lot, and it's hard not to lose. Thank you. It's hard not to lose track. For me, the vision, the end goal, still remains the same. Whatever the products, is basically to make Persona the biggest entertainment brand possible. Basically, so that's what I want to achieve. Then, what type of products do we develop to get there is something that I'm very flexible with. So initially, when we started Persona and even our journey in Web3, it was a lot about games.
Mhm.
For me, I have a hard time just putting all my eggs in a game development now,
Oh,
because
your
it's very.
ex?
I mean, all betting everything, all the resources
Oh
on
my
uh,
god.
on the development.
But
Yeah, no, I don't have eggs on me, but no, but putting all the resources on game development because it's incredibly hard to be in Web3 and to develop games because games are like big, massive products that take
yeah,
shit ton of time to produce, and Web3
yeah,
goes really fast, and it's actually hard to do both basically.
that's
But we did both.
facts.
Yeah, and but we did both for a long time. Like our fourth year in the Web3, we mostly did just games basically. Now I don't forbid myself to build a new Persona game. It's like something I absolutely want to do down the line because I think there are products that can absolutely be amazing for a brand. But I also want to develop Persona as a brand in a way that I feel is more coherent for Web3, more progressive. Onboarding the community and not telling them like see you in 3 years guys when we finally have a game, having some products that get released also more frequently, so it's more of our and sorry to answer you because I'm losing track a bit, but we spent a year, I would say a year, trying to find our way. Like honestly, like the last year was very hard. We started the 3D game and we kind of stopped. We started like this and
I
that,
remember, yes. I didn't
yeah.
know can I touch this topic or not, you know,
Yeah, of
because
course. Yeah, yeah. No taboo for for me. No, no. We started a couple of things where we were like, okay, let's try this and see if it sticks and see if people will relate and how we can and what we can also develop. But in the end, uh, some projects were too big. Some projects didn't hit the right partners, so we couldn't necessarily release them. So we really spent a year trying to find exactly our way and how we want to develop the brand. I would say that
Mhm.
now, since a month ago, it's maybe the first time where I have a very clear steps and roadmap for the next year of exactly what I want to do around the brand, basically, and where I want to take it. So we have some agent stuff, of course, but there are like also a lot of other things that we have in store. And it's the first time that I kind of know that, okay, if we manage to achieve all that, I know that we'll be in a very good place. And if you asked me actually 6 months ago, I was like, yeah, I believe in what we propose, but I'm not sure myself because we had games, we had heavy products, we had so many things where it was a bit uncertain. The market was very uncertain, like all of that was very unknown. So we're in a very different place basically. And I think it's the case for a lot of products, a lot of NFT brands that need to find their
Yeah.
way, that need to find their balance between, okay, we want to develop the IP, but we also need intermediary products to show progress and to expand the brand. It's the case for, I think it's the pitfall that a lot of Web3 gaming brands and companies had, is that they raised a massive amount of
They need
funds
to have a
sometimes.
desire to make it, you know, because most of
Yeah,
the projects like, huh?
yeah.
But what did it take to like come with this final version? Let's say so. Of course, not final, but understanding
Mm.
what you want to do right now on a year. How much people in your team right now, and are you alone, like thinking about all this, or you have like, you know, meetings? You all like
Mm.
how it's working in the team?
Yeah, so we have Cap that is not with us anymore. Rest in peace, Cap. You rugged. No, but we have Cap that is essentially leading the entire community and marketing side. I also have Remy, which is my CEO. He's very much the business and focused when I'm more on the product side, so we make a good combo. And then we're blessed because we have, for me, like the most talented roster of artists in terms of product design, be it UI, web design, and also illustration, which for me is the best combo with Makasi and Martin, our two in-house art directors. And in terms of devs as well, we have an amazing CTO that is very great at developing AI agents and on all those fronts and also on the blockchain side. So we're very blessed because we have a good. I mean, there are plenty of other people that I'm forgetting, so sorry. But we have a good set. We have a good set of skills within the team. And sometimes product ID can come from many people. It can come from more Cap from the marketing side. It can be more from me. But when it comes to, like, let's say the vision and where we want to be in 5 years and where we want to be in a year, that's more Remy and I basically. Yeah.
What's inspiring you?
Inspiring me. For me, you mean personally?
Yeah, just sitting and thinking about your project, like and
Yeah.
sometimes, like, I don't know, do you have like all ideas in your head, or you like taking ideas from somewhere? So what inspire you?
Yeah, I think all ideas have roots somewhere else for sure. So definitely there are great builders and there are great people in the AI field, video game field, anime field that I look up to. But I would say my core motivation, my inner motivation on my side is to try to build something different. That's and it's funny because I took many years to arrive to this conclusion, but now it's very clear to me, and that's also what drives the pivots we did for Persona and what drives like what we build now. Like I'm not here to rebuild something that was already done. I'm not here to do something I could do in Web 2. I could, have like a permanent job in a big company and be done with it basically, and not have all the stress that we have in Web 3. So if I'm here in the trenches and building Persona and building a brand this way, for me, it's because I want to build it differently. I want to build it in a way that hasn't been done before. I want to build products that weren't done before. If it fails, but in my eyes, it brings something to the table. It moves the needle, be it on the AI side, anime side, or whatnot. Then I'm happy in a sense. Of course, I would love business success. That's what we aspire to as well. But my inner motivation is to make something that wasn't done before, that feels fresh, and that's why I'm also so motivated by AI agents, because for me it's an amazing new canvas. You can build so many new type of products, interactions, and things, I love that. So
That
let's see.
sounds like the most solid founder that I had here, I think, for now, because everything that I hear, it's like based on something, and also you like a big dreamer, if you can say so, right? You believe in your idea, and for you, it's important how to implement it for yourself, the first step, and yeah, secondly for everyone else. And I really like this take that you don't want to build something that easily to build in Web 2, because sometimes I'm just scrolling TikTok and I see like some unusual project, something like that, and I'm like, damn, Web3 guys would make money from it, and in Web3 just entertainment for everyone for free. So are we creating like bubble out of nothing? And that's the point. Like in Web3, we need to build something that impossible to build in Web 2, and that's a brilliant take, I think. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So, guys, I want to remember to you that you need to like and repost the space, also follow guys and Persona, of course. And I want to ask you about updates that you're telling me are really important. And yeah, what's happening right now with Persona?
Yeah, for sure. So we spoiled it a little bit, and I spoiled it this morning on my account. But we are launching something called Hannah's Cloud Chase, and for us, it's going to be the first campaign that we try to run entirely from an AI agent, which will be very interesting. Of course, it will be very focused on our core activity on Persona initially. But it's an experiment. We are super keen to see that. There will be a prize pool tied to it to give it some momentum. So I think it should be out tomorrow, except if we have like a delay for that I don't anticipate, but it should be live tomorrow. We'll have a website where you will be able to see your grade. You will be able to chat with Hannah to understand like how to make better content. Like you will be able to do all that on the website. So stay tuned for that. And in the bigger scheme of things, we are actually the entire campaign that we run through Hannah is for our Telegram, because we will launch something on Telegram as well. I think you guys have seen some stickers and some stuff from other projects. It's also something we're doing because we want to grow our reach on Telegram. We are also launching. It's going to be a lot of items, but I hope I don't lose. I don't hope I don't lose you. We're also launching Hannah Studio soon as a bot on Telegram, meaning that you will be able to vibe generate images and video paying with Telegram stars in Telegram right away. I think more towards the end of the week or next week on that one. And if we zoom out, and not about like the not about like the short term, our vision right now is to make Hannah a proof of concept of this main character for your brand as something completely obvious for new brands, and potentially launch a framework around that, basically. That's a bit the alpha that I can say right now. It's being worked on, but we are trying to essentially build something that can scale for more brands and for more people. Past that, on the 1-year plan, you will have to wait, because if I spoil more things, my CEO will kill me. But we have great plans. We had great plans for the beginning of the year as well, with double staking and a visual update for Persona that we've been planning for some time. So this one will make it a big event as well, where it will be like, okay, Persona 2.0, let's say. And we also have like those amazing, I can't really say what they are, but we have those amazing like two other projects that will come to the ecosystem after that I'm very bullish on. Things might change as well. You know, when I say roadmap for a couple of months, it's Web3, so who knows what will actually where we'll actually be in 3 months. But that's the current plan and vision we have in this 1-year plan. And hopefully, if we execute nicely on it, it will be interesting. New manga chapters as well. We're resuming the manga production this month.
Let's go.
So yeah, hopefully we'll have a bigger cadence and we'll release a lot more on that side.
Absolutely love it. And also I catched that you didn't say like it will lead Persona to 1 ETH immediately. You said like 0.2, which is like pretty logically with all your plans. And I think it will be even more, but not financial advice, guys. Of course, like think your head. But I really like what I heard today. But question in my head, like two actually questions. Where do you take all money to develop it, because it's huge, like it's huge what you're building right now, like considering team, considering AI agents and everything media side. Where the money, how
Yeah,
do you think?
we're actually quite lean. It's also something where we had some back and forth. Post mint, we were burning too much cash, but now we're actually very lean, because everything I said right now, it's a lot of like, let's say, tag team, but we do things one by one, except the manga that is in parallel with the visual update. And but otherwise, we do things one by one, basically. So right now we focus on Hannah. We did Hannah Studios before with the core team. Now after Hannah, we have this framework potentially, and then we'll go to the next big projects that will like pile on the ecosystem. When we have a project that then requires maintenance, it's the moment where we might hire more people to maintain it. Absolutely a possibility. But we're quite clean. We, of course, still have some funds from the mint and everything we did in the past. And otherwise, our main source of revenue, as of today, actually, we have it's very mixed. We have Hannah Studios that generates revenue straight up for us, which is nice. We have the fees of the Hannah token. We have the fees of the Una token, and we also have fees a little bit from Persona. Volume is quite low on Persona, and we're still on Blur, which we will ban, but essentially it's mostly royalties and new products. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing take. And you yourself jumped on my next question, is about hiring, because I'm sure like a lot of guys right now who watching us, like they wondering, I want to be part of what you're building. So what people are you like? What skills, like let's say, so what skills are you looking now in people to consider to hire them, and how do you see it for the future?
Yeah, it's I mean, we are a remote startup in Web3/AI, so we
Yeah.
are very hard in terms of in terms of
Mhm,
team members. Like our standards are like it's actually quite hard to stick with us because we need people to be very independent in their scope, basically. So people
mhm,
like Cap, for example, is a good example because he's able to, like, he has all the elements basically to perform in his job in a more independent manner. It makes us a bit less junior friendly, I would say. But at
mhm,
the same time, you do have a scope and responsibilities and a lot of flexibility to, let's say, express yourself. And then, in terms of profiles, we recruit a bit of everything potentially, be it illustrators and artists, be it on the marketing side, on the dev side.
mhm.
If you are interested and want to reach out, really feel free.
That's brilliant answer as well. And I see like Adeka already wanting persona commissions. I work with artists because I don't think I saw. Oh yeah, I think Hannah everything doing for you with AI and every this stuff.
Yeah,
So yeah.
we do have artist commissions as well. We did sometimes we do art contests and stuff, but yeah, we also have a lot from AI and Hana and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, Deka. In persona, Hannah and AI agents doing that, so you don't need to, work with artists. Maybe it's only a Azuki thing. Yeah, and let's leave it there. Okay, I think I asked you all the questions. Only if you want to add something for us.
But just thank you so much for hosting. It's your
Wait,
goal.
wait, wait. We
Oh,
don't say
sorry,
bye yet. Just
sorry.
yeah, no. Nothing. Then we will go to my blitz questions that I ask into everyone.
Cool.
So don't say
No, in terms of project, again, I think we
bye.
covered it nicely in terms of next steps and so on. So yeah, again, stay tuned and a lot of things coming. The next one thing being the Hannah's Cloud chase that should be releasing this week.
Absolutely love it. Okay, I think you guys. Okay, Adeka started to think, start talking French. I don't understand, but j'adore. I understand.
Yeah.
Yo, I
No, you
understand
don't
this.
need the persona to try it. It will be kind of a yapping campaign, but available for everyone.
Yeah, available for everyone. We touched it as well. I think I will make a lot of short videos from this live stream and will put it on my timeline because a lot of great points for real. Okay, so my round of blitz questions that I ask in every founder, and you can answer, just shortly. You can explain your answer, but basically it's for short answers. What would you choose for the whole world? And you have only two choices: full centralization or decentralization.
Decentralization. Yeah.
Okay. Doxing for everyone or undoxing?
Mm, I think doxing makes people and founders more relatable.
Mm-hmm. Do you like, especially as a French person, a lot of events happened in Paris recently, So, how you protecting yourself? Let's say so. Do you do something?
Protecting myself from social events.
No, not social events, but to not like publish how much you earn and everything.
Oh, with the kidnapping and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a target yet. But
Let's go. That's the
yeah,
way. Porky
yeah,
said the same. Like better say like I don't have any money, so guys, don't touch me.
exactly. Yeah, I'm poor, guys. Don't kidnap me.
Let's go. That's a good question. Okay, if you would, yeah, okay. If you would meet Satoshi Nakamoto in person, what would you like want to talk with him and ask him just about what?
Hmm. I would ask him how much Bitcoin he would spend to buy a pizza.
That's interesting. That's original. Okay. Who do you think he is, or she is, or they are?
I have no idea actually. But I think it's the beauty of decentralization. It's that I I don't I don't even want to know. It's decentralized. I find it absolutely beautiful that we don't know, and even the creation is a bit like decentralized, and it's not like one guy that is on socials busting our ears all day. I find it beautiful that it's actually we don't know, and that's how it came.
And that's also about doxing, so probably that's the beauty of having this undoxing functionality
Very
as well.
true. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. My last question is, what art you would buy yourself, like in your house? You can choose like digital art, whatever. If you had like unlimited amount of money,
Oh, I buy
or
a
just
lot of
Mhm.
yeah, so I buy a lot of anime cells that I absolutely love from my favorite animes. So cells that were used for animation in those in anime. So I have some from Dragon Ball, from Yu Yu Hakusho, from some that I love, and I absolutely love framing that, and it's what I collect the most with some TCG cards from like Pokemon and One Piece. So it's what I collect physically the most. Yeah,
That's interesting. That's I think I hear it like for the first time, such an answer. Okay,
nice.
then what? Who are you among anime characters?
Oh. But I'm called Spike, so I'm going to say Spike Spiegel from from Cowboy Bebop. It was actually my main inspiration for my entire character online. Even now with the haircut on Persona, it's an homage to Spike Spiegel. So yeah, I would say. I mean, I think I would love to be Spike, just because it's like the ultimate character for me. But I'm
Mhm.
probably more of a Luffy from One Piece. I'm a bit goofy. I make a lot of mistakes. I'm a bit there and there. I'm a big dreamer. So if I had to relate to a character, I'm a bit more
You
of a
have this
Naruto or
vibes.
Luffy. Yeah, yeah,
You have this vibes, to be honest.
yeah.
Okay, that was like truly amazing live stream. Thank you so much for visiting, and
Thank you so much.
yeah, it was a great conversation, a lot of alpha. And let's then choose the winner of the live stream
Yeah,
for
for sure.
Persona. Do you want to do
Who?
this?
No, I
You
think you
you can
should
do
do it.
this. You can do this. You can do
If I do it, I
you.
will make enemies in the community. So
I
so
hate
go for it.
it, for the same reason. Like I hate to do this for the same reason. Come on, let's do this. They can't
Uh,
hear hate you after all this alpha. Thanks God, guys. You won't
should we
blame
pick?
me.
Do we have a tool to pick someone randomly, maybe, or how is it?
I don't have any because I don't
Okay.
like to make giveaways. Sorry.
Okay. So who do we have?
Maybe you liked someone comments on the live stream. You want to give it to them, or you can choose randomly how you wish.
Oh, it's so hard.
I know.
We should have gifted more personas. I mean, so many guys I recognize and I love in the chat, so it's a bit hard for me to. I mean, I always like, but I'm gonna make enemies. But I always like when it goes also to someone that doesn't have a persona to join the community. But yeah, I don't know actually. I don't know. I'm not helping here. Maybe yeah, Buggy. Who do we have? I mean, Odeka. I know you from the timeline so well.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
damn.
I can't choose. I can't choose.
I can choose two. No, no, I hate it. Guys, choose yourself.
Oh, then you have you have zero. Okay. It's too hard. It's too hard. Let me check a bit. Is there someone you recognize that isn't
Count.
from your community that maybe isn't a persona holder, and we
Uh,
could you see?
you already hated Adeka, so I don't know. Adeka won't, forgive it to me. He will be like asking in the chat why I called him again. So
Yeah,
I
it's too
hate
hard.
it.
Um, let me check. We have Buggy.
Actually, we have, you know who, but damn, I don't know. Okay, choose yourself.
I mean, yeah,
Choose account. That's fine. You know, you need the active users, so check accounts and everything. Like, if you like person, just choose them.
yeah. I think Buggy is a good candidate. I'm sorry, guys. But nice. I like the fact that he's not necessarily a holder, and it seems like an active account and really nice. So yeah, let's go. Let's go for Buggy.
Baggy, oh, okay, he's new follower for me as well. So congrats you
Okay.
from the first you joining and winning, guys. Sorry
we'll
once again.
we'll give
Like,
more next time.
yes, yes. By the way, when you're preparing some big news, maybe in a month we can meet again, like, you know, before New Year or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. Would be a pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank you
Baggy,
so much.
heard it. Let's go. So, congrats, Buggy, and yeah, guys, thank you everyone for joining and listening us. Thank you, Spike, so much. It was an amazing hour once again, and yeah, bye bye, everyone. Have a great
Thank you so
weekend and
much.
join tomorrow our talks with Object team.